Hello there, my name is Rachel. The first time you see my channel, I used to review cartoon series, anime series, or something completely random. And today will be Amphibia Season 1 or Part 1, whatever you prefer. This series was unexpected because first time I watched the first couple of episodes, it feels sort of trying to be a mystery show, but it's not. It's a self-improvement show. Yes, but no. It's a kind of self-alive show. No, not either. It's so many things in once in the same time is neither none of them because everything is sort of collected to one separate narrative. Self-improvement, acceptance with family and your own community that sort of evolved that I don't belong here, but they accept who I am. They self-approve me and they self-approve themselves every single day. That's the best way to describe the show with a hint of mystery because this show is not focused on the mystery that much. I mean, you have the beginning and the end and ending is sort of a mystery sort of situation that Anne have to understand her scenario that her friend could easily portray her, but at the end they portray it for an understandable reason. That understandable reason is they want to go home. She had to basically and betray all her new friends and new family to go back home. In the end, she didn't. In fact, she's more kind of self-discover herself that even her and her friend are actually friends. More it was a sort of situation that she was the bully and she was the victim. Yeah, it's one of those kind of give a sort of respect of herself. Also respect that she wants sort of respect of everyone around her, then she doesn't get it. But this is so interesting. It's almost always evolving, sort of understanding this community, understanding she has to basically grow up herself, understanding her situation and evolve for it. Especially that she is not the main focus. In fact, it's all four main characters will be Spring, Pop, and Patty. I'm 100% sure I said the name incorrectly. I'm sorry. I'm just trying not to forget the names, but sometimes just you forget the names anyway. I love that this show focuses on so many other things, and one of the main focus is the fact is tradition. That Pops who love tradition is safer and more understandable. But at the end, you have and that she doesn't like tradition and tradition is sort of boring to her. You feel sort of update that is almost against Pops and kind of argues several episodes to understand why tradition is here. Should we just change it or not change it? Because you have pros and cons to do that. And a lot some of the episodes do focus on that. You also have the second thing is how poor the family really is. I mean, they're the embarrassment, the losers, the self-pathetic people who basically point finger and laugh at because they're not very successful family. Especially her basically generations, they have sort of a hiccup over the past because you find out their family were very successful farmers, warriors, scientists, but somehow became failures. They don't know how that actually happened. It just did, and they definitely Pop trying to kind of lift the family and kind of save the family's name becomes a better respected of the community. But it's sort of difficult because they don't know how to. Everything they do it just went wrong. And I think that's another interesting thing about this series is failure. Accept it failure, but don't think every day it'll be sad. It's one of those things you just accept but doesn't define you. You could do better, you become better. That I truly enjoy. The also I enjoy is sort of the dark humor it really has. I mean, this show is messed up. You have people dying. I mean, kind of like the Star Trek. I mean, you mean Star Trek? I mean, all the red shirts. You know, you have a lot of red shirts. All of them probably would die in the next couple of episodes, and they probably do because it's a lot of death there. I mean, I'm not joking. You see people getting carried away, being eaten alive, cut into pieces. You have dead animals are being chopped right in front of you with animation, specific chopping body parts. That is sort of surprising that usually they avoid that all possible, especially with humans. They're avoiding impossible because I think because they're animals and bugs, they will be more free to chop bugs to pieces and eating them. Yeah, it's something that I was sort of surprised they keep doing over and over and never get in trouble. That's sort of a dark humor of the series. I think that's because it's have so humorous every time they do something disturbing or questionable that yeah they just get away with it because it's just plain funny. You also love it that each character are not that perfect. You have Anne that she is kind of understanding and frustrated. She want to leave this place, go back home. But at the end, she sort of relaxed and chill because she has sort of faith with her family or new family, and also the town. Especially she's trying to get respect in the town that she doesn't. Every time she does have respect, they kind of go a step back because people kind of diss her onward. But at the end, they accept and who she is and give her respect because they basically one of us. That is interesting. Of course, you also have Spring. That, in my opinion, in the very beginning, he really didn't have that much of personality. He was, I like to say, sort of boring, good little boy without any personality, but later on kind of pushed that personality to kind of fix things or people who like me sort of scenario and made him a little bit more interesting, but I feel he still need a little bit more work. You have Papa, could be my favorite character, but he's not. He's my second favorite character. He was also interesting because how old and kind of cliche he really is. I mean cliche, I mean how traditional he really is. Because he afraid people will hurt their family, he does anything possible to protect her new family. Even her new daughter, that he will protect it. He will risk his own life for them. The fact, I kind of love how the kids kind of judge him, like, you over exaggerate, no, you this, no, you that. But Papa has actually a good reason to be paranoid because he's old and he's seen a lot of messed up things. And he just basically trusts him. In fact, you could see, understand your guy's scenario. You see Papa's point of view, in other words. You believe he has the right reason. Or sometimes he overdid it, but at the same time he does it because he cares about everyone. You also have my favorite character, and I kind of keep forgetting her name, is Polly? I think, damn it, I keep forgetting her name. Well, I think for now, just call her Polly. She is my favorite character because she has the most personality. But you think it would be one off, kind of, outrageous, anger, kind of messed up little girl. No, the better describe her, she's the girl who say things without filter. You have a bad day, and she tells how it is because it is your fault. Well, any filter, without paying you back, it's okay, buddy. No, it's right to your face. She would say, you screwed up because it's your fault. You didn't see this coming because it was right in front of your face. And she kind of not mean-spirited. It just tell you how it is, and that itself make her a great character. I mean, she has flaws herself, but at the end, she makes every single scene hilarious, funny, and endearing around her. I mean, the rest of the cast works so well. It's so interesting and funny. Yeah, I love it the most of whole everything about this series is the animation. How the animation is feels sort of swamp feeling, but it's kind of hard to make that work. But they make it work because they do the special moments that kind of swamp feeling that kind of delivers. I mean, they don't spend that much money when they actually need it. When they especially spend all their money at one point to feel that kind of swapping feeling, it works. That I love the animation. They actually pull it off. Now, one thing I have to say is the fact this world is magical but does not have magic. Yeah, that's something that's a tad weird. Like, yeah, you have magic items and magic tools, but you don't see them that much. In fact, you just explore the world, how the world works, while using that magic, and that's feels kind of weird, but at the end it sort of works because every time someone has a magic item or a magic something, it feels more impactful. It feels so much more important because this is a kind of very rare magic thing. So I just enjoyed that itself. I mean, you did not see the series, I have to recommend it. Watch it. It is one of those shows that it's very easy to binge watch. Even you don't need to watch every single episode. You have to, if you want to see at least the arc of the story, watch the first two episodes, watch the middle episode, and continue half the episode because they have a sort of connection. It will work you if you watch all the episodes because it has some bigger themes, just sprinkle some here and there. In the end, it does work. Especially what happened at the end, it feels they are building up something big arc with her and other friend. She doesn't know what happened to her. And that I'm just curious how it's gonna fall down because at the end, and still want to go home, and how she gonna go home. She had to basically kind of sacrifice her new family and friends just to go home, or not, or she decided to stay there for the rest of her life. He also leaves other questions like why the magic box is there. I mean, it's not the biggest question in the whole world. They try to make it important, but at the same time, they don't make it important. Yeah, it's kind of weird, kind of bipolar thing that they want to keep it a mystery aspect, but they don't want to overdo it. That you do feel that it kind of, yeah, you kind of do need to important that kind of thing. But besides that, this series is great. I recommend it. Just watch it. You have to rate this season 1. I have to give it an honest 8 out of 10. It's great, it's fun, it's enjoyable. I got nothing else to say. Just thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.